Hey guys, this is Latitude, previously known as Fails, coming at you from Divine Insanity. I'm joined by Revenge and introducing Stike and Andrea. Over the last couple of days, we've been participating in the second beta weekend for Guild Wars 2, and I think we all thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, Revenge, this first question is towards you. Coming from the game World of Warcraft, what did you think of the combat and style of the gameplay? It's being lesser hotkey MMO, did you actually find it enjoyable?
Yeah, I found the combat really enjoyable because it was much less linear than WoW. You spent a lot less time just sitting there hitting and getting numbers. It was more of positioning around the person and actually, getting them to knock down and getting out of their big fireballs on the grounds, and it was much more fun and exciting.
Yeah. Did you find it more kinetic? Did you feel like you're actually... It's very action-packed, so did you find it more kinetic instead of just standing back and whacking things in World of Warcraft or some other games?
Yeah, especially because in WoW I was a hunter, so I was kind of just sitting back spamming one button and getting lots of damage. So in this it was more like I had to jump in and actually think about what I was doing and hit people with hammers a lot.
Yeah, cool. What did the rest of you guys think about it? What did you think about the combat? Stark, you have had a bit of experience with MMOs like WoW. What did you find? How did you find the combat?
I didn't mind it. It was pretty nice explosions and everything. That's better than WoW. And I liked the idea of moving around when casting. I understand the logic of it behind it in WoW, but it wasn't it's not a bad idea in this, since though there's only so few attacks, so to speak, that you can use and stuff. And when you're just getting mobbed, because there's numerous mobs is a pretty big thing in this, no? So
Definitely.
when you're just getting numerous smashed with mobs, and all you can do is stand there and cast, you're gonna get mucked up pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to control my swearing. But I enjoyed the fighting quite a bit. I just think, to be honest, I need to probably read into the game a bit more to understand that aspect better.
Yeah.
But it's pretty easy to anyone. It's pretty easy to pick this up.
Yeah, just hard to master.
Yeah, pretty easy to pick this up straight away. It's not a very hard game to pick up, but yeah, like you said, hard to master sort of.
Yeah. And Andrew, you've had pretty much little to no experience with MMOs. You absolutely pretty much hate them. So how did you find the combat? Just specifically the combat.
It's cool.
Oh well, great input from Andrew right there.
Man of many words.
Yeah. Coming right away from PvE in this game, the PvP, the structured style of it in Guild Wars is very different to the usual style that PvP MMOs have. Do you think this worked? Did you think the structured FPS style of the game worked with the MMO setting? Guys.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Well, could you elaborate?
In some way.
It was a bit too much like an FPS to like it like MMO PvP. It was still fun, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Because it was heaps of fun because it's fast paced and explosions
it's fun. It's fun if you're good at PvP.
Yeah, but if you have a hammer, it's fun no matter what. You just smash kids. But
Hammer's so fun.
yeah, but it's just kind of like
But
it's too much.
It was very FPS.
Yeah, it's too much like
Yeah.
it's too much like Call of Duty. You go around capping points and that's it. You just get kills and cap points. It's like a team deathmatch with domination tied in between. I'm not saying that's what it's going to be finally like, because there's going to be more battlegrounds and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
And
it was the only two.
We have to remember that there's also going to be tournament style play. There's going to be guild versus guild style play, which is more of an esport game, and there's also going to be world versus world, which we didn't experience much because at the beginning of the beta weekend we had one server dominating, and then at the end of the beta weekend we were the entire circle. There was nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing to do there.
There was nothing else. There was nothing to do. So but yeah, when the actual game's upon shipping, it'll be.
And don't be
better,
this is beta, so it's not complete.
Beta's beta.
So
beta is very much beta. My main problem with the PvP in this game was getting stuck with crap teams. I'm not saying that.
You get that though in every game.
Yeah, I'm not. But
also
if there's like 2 people or 3 people that's crap in this, because there's only 5 people in a team, you're just completely screwed. You're going to be versing 5 people at once while trying to cap, while the rest of you are standing in the middle of the map just shooting down kids. So that was my main issue. I think it'd be awesome if we could have, somewhere in between world versus world and the very small structured PvP where there's more people in a team.
And to be honest, I think it should be a bit more like WoW, where you don't go straight to level 80. As you get to level 10, level 20 sort of thing.
Have level brackets.
Yeah, those levels are what you play. Because if
Yeah.
everyone's jumping up there,
It's a steep learning curve because you
Yeah,
have to learn.
and-
You walk into PvP and you instantly
Yeah.
got to sit there going through all your abilities for 20
Yeah.
minutes just to
exactly.
know what you can freaking
Yeah,
do.
because you've got so many new things. Whereas as you move up, you're using the same things you already understand and know.
Yeah.
You don't learn your class properly.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
You literally go in there, you have a form, you have a weapon, you just read those abilities, and you'll just start using those because you've just got those.
Yeah.
You won't think, oh wait, but I was using an axe when I was level 40, and now I'm level 50, so I could go back to that axe because I got really good at it. There's none of that. It's
Yeah.
more like pick everything up and start again.
We were having a discussion about that beforehand, and I was kind of arguing with you about it. But now that I've actually played, I really do get that, because you're running in, you're trying to figure out what all your abilities do. Half the time, I'm forgetting what I'm doing, so I'm just button spamming.
Pretty much.
Really, when I run into PvP,
And
and that's not a style of game. That's not a style of game. Of course, it's going to get better when we know the class is better, and I think once you're up that steep learning curve, it'll be back to fun. And I did have a lot of fun in PvP. I've really enjoyed it, but I think there are issues like you've outlined already. Now, following on from that PvP question, we all played different classes this beta weekend. We all played a number of different classes to the point where we couldn't progress further than a certain point because we were all jumping to different classes. But in the PvP, especially the structured PvP, did you find that there was one class or certain classes that kind of dominated over the other classes in the arena style?
I found that in different areas there was
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
classes that were
But that's
just
kind
good
of
boss.
expected.
But like,
Like-
it's more of the fact that if you came up against a guardian in 1v1 combat,
Yeah.
you would never win
munted.
because
Yeah.
they just take everything. But if you
Yeah,
come up
yeah.
against a guardian in, like, you know, in a group situation where there's 3v3, that guardian's not anything special. He can't do that much damage, and because there's 3 people attacking him, he can't absorb it or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I started playing it, I didn't enjoy the Guardian playing because it reminded me too much of a blood DK in
Yeah, it's
WoW.
just sit there and
sit
eat
there and
everything.
take damage and do a small output.
You're
to
just
the
a
point
meat
where-
shield.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Like-
no one can out heal.
But Engineer was really. They could take so many hits.
They were surprisingly tank-like.
s-
Yeah.
yeah, surprisingly strong.
Like,
Yeah,
And then you got your Necromancer that was just. You got into that form.
and you're invincible.
ugh.
Yeah, and it's so hard to kill anything once you're in that form. You're just like, oh my god.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's hard to
It's
kill
chunky.
things, but at the same time, it's a second health bar. It's not any more powerful than you. It's just a way to kind of like extend your life. Really,
see, like,
that's how I found
I
it.
didn't play many. Like, I played the 2 classes because I didn't play overly much this weekend, as I have a life.
All right.
But-
that's not like-
And so I can't really vouch for most other classes and whatnot.
Please tell
But
us
even
about your life.
Elementalist was. I think Elementalist is.
It's
The-
well
what do you mean by
made.
moderate?
Yeah, like, yeah, it's well made. It
Oh, okay.
can do everything
Yeah, it's
well
very
to a,
versatile
to a
because
certain
of the different
extent. Yeah.
achievements. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's-
do everything fantastically. It's
Yeah.
not like I can kill people heaps fast or I can take a lot
Yeah,
of
see,
damage,
it's
but I
not
can
like
do a bit of
one-
both.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
class where it's really overpowered. See,
It's a very
that's
good
why
PvE
I think,
class.
Yeah, I think
I
Elementalist
think-
has been made well.
Especially to the style they wanted to fit. They wanted to fit where there's no Holy Trinity. They wanted
Yeah.
everything to be able to do everything. It
Yeah.
was one of the best at that, I reckon.
This
Right.
beta weekend, I played a thief towards the beginning, and I found it was extremely squishy.
Yeah,
For
I think
a cloth class that's melee, I found it just annoying that I could run in, maybe do a bit of damage, but if something came near me and started whacking me with a hammer or started doing AoE to me and hiding me, I found it very annoying. Yeah, even with the gap closes that I did have, it was very annoying to try and keep up health. That was different to the first beta weekend, I think.
I have to say Thief and Mesmer were the underpowered ones. They
Yeah.
were just annoyances. They weren't
Yeah.
an actual threat. If you came up against one, you were just like kind of like, oh, I have to put up with this guy jumping around into shadow form and putting up illusions, and then finally I'll kill him a few minutes later when he's done bloody trolling me.
Yeah, they were
And-
designed to be. I think they were they were the professed PvE.
But like
classes,
thieves should be a one-on-one class. They should be,
Yeah.
if they're one-on-one with anything, they should be able to out-damage them because
Yeah.
that's
'Cause
what they're designed for.
To be honest, that's the point of a thief sort of thing. They're not supposed to be a group thing. They should be more powerful in a 1v1 situation, because
Yeah.
a thief is something that skulks around and just takes out, like, does not get
Stragglers.
into massive fights.
Just takes out
sort
the
of-
stragglers,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So I think they should have that and Mesmer, yes, could have been developed better.
Yeah.
Like, granted, it is beta. and
Mesmer was
whatnot,
just too
but-
concentrated on just being a troll than actually doing stuff.
Yeah. How'd you find the PvP? Like, did you find it balanced, like, from a non-MMO's perspective, Andrea?
I don't know. It's like it's hard to really compare PvP because I haven't really played any other PvP than this.
Yeah.
So I think it was okay
Mhm.
to some extent. I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Yeah.
As much as the other parts.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to actually do a lot to get.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
to-
like any
to,
game.
To
You can't
actually
just,
have an idea of what you need to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
need-
just jump in and expect to be really, really good.
yeah,
No.
you gotta have
No
some
way.
experience, and I mean,
Like,
when
That's
me and
my
FPS
problem.
I'm just
I
terrible.
expected to jump in and be able to do it well. when I'm
I
just
mean,
jumping.
the main thing you
Yeah.
learn from MMOs in general is just awareness. You just got to
Yeah.
know what's going on when and be able to know what to do against that. You know,
Yeah.
if someone's doing something to you, you got to know, oh shit, I got to do this to make sure that doesn't kill me, pretty
Yeah.
much. And you just learn that from experience, just like any
Yeah.
game.
Learning the class is definitely important, and I think it'd be better if they incorporated progressive PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this question will be directed towards Andrew more than anyone else. You're a non-MMO player to a great extent. You didn't enjoy WoW because you thought it was too grindy.
I tried
you
getting
thought,
into it and didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, you didn't like it
No.
because you thought it was just a game that was so drawn out that it just wasn't enjoyable
No.
because of the grinding. How did you find Guild Wars 2 in comparison? Did you find it less grindy? Did you find the actual game enjoyable to play?
I definitely found it a lot less grindy.
Yeah.
Because in WoW you kind of. I only played the start.
Yeah.
And you should kill 7 of those and come back
Yeah.
to me and get your XP, and then go to the next thing.
Mhm.
That got really boring after a while because it's just the
Yeah.
same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just a different monster
Yeah.
to kill.
I know that during the 60s level range in WoW, and
Oh my god.
Revenge
Outlands
will
is
Revenge
so
will disagree with me because he
shonky.
didn't think I was doing it right. But I didn't. I really I hated it. I just didn't want to play. I stopped for about a month because I couldn't.
That's
I
like
couldn't
me.
do it.
My main, like, I have a Warlock, and she's in Outlands now. I just haven't played her
Yeah.
forever, because Outlands is a
It's boring. But yeah, I'm gonna have to beat that.
You're just doing,
But,
you're just doing it
yeah,
wrong.
but and then I started playing Guild Wars because you've talked to me about how it's, and I'll be looking into it as well because
Yeah.
it looks really cool. It's meant to be the MMO to beat WoW.
Yeah.
In a way, that's what people are calling it.
Mm.
Well, I don't know.
But
But
yeah.
I did. I actually really liked it.
Mm.
It's like you have your personal story like right off the bat. Like this
Mhm.
is
Mm.
Yeah
Yeah.
That
thing
is
that you
cool.
do, and like in terms of like the quest that you do, like there's no number. It's like
Yeah.
a bar that fills up. So you kind of it's not this just kill 7 of those and
Yeah.
they just respawn and
And the thing about your story is it's constantly ahead of your level.
Yeah.
And so, like, therefore, you need to...
you have to
go out,
like
you need to go
explore.
and explore
Explore stuff. And that's
and
really cool.
do other, like, quests or whatever they're called, sort of thing, to get to that level to continue your story,
Yeah.
which is better than just grinding, excuse me, grinding through a quest story sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're
It helps
out,
players
you're
look
going
to
out
what
and
to do.
looking around
Mm.
and searching and stuff. And
It's not handheld like WoW, where it's like,
Yeah.
alright, you finished this quest hub, I'm gonna give you a quest to go walk to this place, and then you'll just get given quests again and
Yeah,
again.
and
It's
it
more
becomes-
like,
it becomes
yeah, cool,
this
you just helped
linear
me.
path
That's
where
it.
Yeah.
Go
you're
on your
just
map
doing
and
quests.
go on your map and find the
Which
next
is
spot.
Same
you know?
thing.
Yeah. That the first beta weekend that I played, I was doing it solo. I was alone. But
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was
You're
it was
always
fun.
alone.
I really did enjoy it
Yeah.
just as much as I did this. But on my Thief, the first character I ever made, I think you actually have to know how to level in this game.
Mm.
Because I was running around trying to find places to level through, and I wasn't thinking about my personal story, trying to level through that if I can't find anything. But I was finding it very difficult to level, and I took a full day to get to level 10 when it can take us,
Yeah, I got to level 10 in like a few hours.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It took us.
So
Yeah.
when
Like,
when-
and I think this game is more of a game to play with
people,
group?
yeah,
Yeah.
rather than soloing.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's like
Sort of thing? Which is
my-
like WoW is a lot more of a solo-y
Yeah.
type game.
And,
you're generally
oh,
running around.
That's
you're,
what this game.
you're generally running around by yourself
self,
Yeah.
yeah, doing stuff by yourself.
in WoW. Yeah, then this is a lot more playing with other people.
yeah.
Yeah, because like you,
Friendly.
And I
you
think-
can do your personal story with.
Yeah,
Your-
and
your
I think-
mates.
Yeah, and I think that is a lot
That's
better. Like
cool.
that's what and that's why we leveled so easily,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So
But also we only played the starting area, which the starting area is always boring
It always
in
meant to be
contrast.
the
Yeah.
most boring.
It's always
part
going
of
to
the
be
game,
boring in
and it's-
contrast to the rest of the game. So I think
So yeah, you have high
I
hopes.
think the higher level area where there's huge change and in massive area-consuming boss fights, massive, you know, dragons and shiz.
Looking forward to
But
it. I'm pumped.
yeah, I think it will be much more, yeah, friendly to groups. Just as a final summary question, we've taken a long time on the other ones. What were your final thoughts on the game? Like, once you finished the beta weekend, it's not quite over yet, but when you've finished,
We're gonna get back to it. once we're done.
yeah, what are your final thoughts on it?
Pretty cool. Like,
Mhm.
I would definitely play this.
Yeah,
on,
definitely. Yeah.
on release.
I would
I
come
think,
back.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think-
no
I think we
doubt,
all would.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
cool.
would come back.
I keep remembering I don't have to pay anything more to play this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like that. Yeah, that's what's so good. There is no
That's
subscription.
great advertising.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay a thing.
It's like, wow, this game's heaps good. Oh wait, I already bought it.
Yeah,
Sweet, I can play this
that's
forever.
Another thing
Yeah.
I like as well. There's no
Definitely.
subscription, so you're not feeling forced to play.
You're not, yeah, you're not
Because
tied
you know,
down.
like, it's
Yeah.
like focused on being fun instead of
Yeah,
being rewarding
yeah,
to get to the good stuff.
yeah.
I just found it didn't explain some things well.
Yeah, it's not.
Some
it's not
things-
handheld
but I
until the
reckon
point
that's
where
Some
it's-
things
that's only
weren't
fair, though.
explained
You gotta
very
pay for,
well,
like,
but yeah,
A day.
Because it's a beta, they
Yeah.
expect you to be
Yeah.
experienced. You know, you've
Yeah,
already
that's-
said, I
yeah.
want this game.
Yeah.
So you're obviously keen on it that you might have looked into it
Yeah.
yourself.
and I understand that. I just hope like it is explained more once you get into the game,
yeah,
Mm.
which it really should, because that's when more noobs or new people
Yeah,
will come and
more people are gonna say, "Oh, okay, this is cool.
yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
I'll play it."
yeah,
Yeah.
I just kind of hope there's more group stuff. Like, I haven't looked
Mm.
much into the guilds or anything and
Yeah.
what they can do, but I just hope that the stuff we can do as a guild and as a group, like, you can go around questing together, sure, but you can do that with randoms too. There's no,
Mm.
like, here's a
Yeah.
group quest that actually requires 5 people, you know, to have a chance at.
yeah.
It's like a challenge quest. Can you go do it with your mates in a party? You know, that'd be exciting. Like, obviously dungeons can be like that too, and I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to doing dungeons because they
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That was another thing. Sort of. What do you think about the removal of the Holy Trinity? Did you find that? Do you think now that you've actually played the class, do you think that it's?
I think the fact that they said they removed it is a joke. It's still in there. It's just not said in clean English. It's not
Yeah.
saying you're a healer, you're a tank, you're a DPS. It's either you can be a healer, you can be a tank. But like, I was playing as a warrior, and I decked out all my power, so I had heaps good DPS, and
Yeah.
I was overpowered as hell. I was just
Yeah.
running around killing people so easily. And then I come across a warrior who's decked out in toughness, and
Yeah.
I can't touch him because he's a tank. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they still fulfill those roles, just not so. You
Not
have
so
to do
openly.
this.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
you're a you're a
you-
warrior.
You're, to
You're the
fight.
dedicated tank.
Yeah.
Like, we want you to be
Yeah.
a tank. It's more like you can be a tank or you can be a DPS, and you know, even like necromancers can be a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they go in that freaking invulnerable.
I'm decking out vitality to give myself heaps of health and toughness, and they can take a beating, and then they have that separate form that's pretty much just another juggernaut.
Yeah.
It can take a lot of hits.
Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, your rating out of 10, I guess. Gleason?
Oh,
I mean,
bit
Andrea?
bit hard to say.
Yeah. Bit hard to say. Okay.
Because like, I don't think I've played enough to give like a final
yeah.
rating
Yeah.
and
for like a
because-
beta. Because
Out of what you've
it's
played,
a beta.
did you?
Yeah,
It's a beta,
because it's beta. You haven't really you
Yeah, just
haven't
give it a goddamn
you
rating.
haven't but you haven't experienced.
I know you
much
haven't
more of
experienced,
the
but what
game.
you've experienced, rating
Oh,
out
Oh,
of 10.
okay, I guess that's what you experienced. So, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd give it 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it a 7 just because of the fact that it's very tough to do stuff with friends, and the fact that PvP was very basic, and that's what I really enjoy in all MMOs.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough PvP for me to dip into,
Yeah.
and the fact that it's all 80, I can't spec build, I can't talent build.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to force myself into role playing
Mm.
besides just here's a bunch of gear, here's a weapon, go kill some kids.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'd give it a 9 out of 10 for its PvE. I think it did that brilliantly. But
Mm.
yeah, I'd give it maybe
I-
a 6 out of 10 for its PvP. I think that the
Fair.
PvP was a bit too non-versatile. I think it was a bit too the same for everything. I think everything was a bit too similar.
Yeah, I was a big fan.
Overall, I've
PvP.
just
Yeah,
I
PvE was
Yeah,
brilliant.
I liked it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I really
Yeah, because
enjoyed it.
it's,
Yeah.
it's one thing they're focusing,
Dragon.
making that really good.
Yeah.
Like that was very enjoyable.
Done.